Hey there, in this video, I'm going to show you how I help my homeschool students memorize their spelling words and how I help them to get through the week. But first, let me get my cup of coffee. Motorbike. Ryan's grandparents gave him a motorbike for his 16th birthday.
Motorbike. M-O-T-O-R-B-I-K-E. Motorbike.
Override. When mom says no, dad will not override her decision. Override.
O-V-E-R-R-I-D. Override.
We continue that pattern until we're done with every word. Underline each simple predicate verb twice. Oh, predicate, the verb twice. Underline each simple subject once. From this point on, the simple predicate and simple subject will be called the verb and subject, okay? So, the first sentence, go ahead and read it.
Charles Lindbergh flew solo across the Atlantic Ocean.
What's the subject and what's the verb?
Charles Lindbergh
What did he do?
flew.
Yep. When introducing a new concept, I go through the entire lesson until I'm happy with their comprehension. So the first thing we need to do is look at, oh my goodness, sit down. Where's my oral language? Okay, we need to go through our oral language. Today we have to do lesson 4. Uncle and I went fishing.
Her uncle and I went fishing.
She and her family went on a cruise.
She and her family went on a cruise.
Dad and I flew to Chicago.
Dad and I flew to Chicago.
She and her mother took the train.
She and her mother took the train.
He and his cousins went to camp.
He and his cousin went to camp.
So I have used this method for over 26 years with my 8 students, and it has definitely helped them to understand how to use the English language properly. Okay, so that was oral language exercises. This is something that we do 5 days a week, and you keep doing them until you come to test day, to where the child is tested as to whether or not they truly understand or understood what you've been going over with them. And I'm trying to find one of the test pages. Oh, there they are, right there. These are checkpoints. So this just gives them a idea of how to formulate sentences correctly. Yep, so that's part of my language program, reading program. It helps with language, reading, spelling, everything. That's what we do every day for those things take about, 1 minute or less? Okay, so now we're going to learn a different use of verbs. Yesterday, remember what we learned yesterday about verbs? Yesterday we learned combining ideas with compound verbs, remember? What is a compound verb again?
A verb, the compound.
I just love using this method of teaching grammar. This text actually breaks the English language into the 8 parts of speech. And right here you see us talking about the helping verbs and the state of being verbs. Abeka introduces the concept and reviews it throughout the curriculum, which I love. It connects sentences or verbs or other thoughts. So that's what we learned yesterday, and those were our compound verbs. So today we're going to work on learning what state of being. And you see this chart? I love these charts because it's a convenient list of what the child is learning for the week. I'm able to pull it out every day and review it so that they can memorize these, which helps so much when they're actually completing a lesson. If they have these memorized, because they don't have to go back and look all of the time. You know, some children won't have them all memorized, but this chart will help you to get them into the habit of memorizing. And if they can memorize these particular words, these sets of words, and they have them for all 8 parts of speech, and I think it is such a great help for any student. On most new lessons, I explain, what's the child is supposed to do and try to help them to comprehend it as best as I can. And, sometimes they get it on the first day or the first try, but other times they may not. So I'll sit there and I'll do maybe the first part of the lesson with them so that I can walk them through it and I can watch them and see if they're actually understanding. And sometimes the student may neglect to read the information in the blue box that you see there to help them to understand what they're supposed to be doing. And when they do that, they have a tendency to not know what to do or to correctly mark something. So on the beginning of each lesson, I usually sit there and help them to comprehend what it is. And it's usually if I do a good job, a thorough job as the one teaching them, then usually they will get it. That child will understand the concept. Not on every lesson, but on most of them. You need 2 lines, not 1. Okay, very good. So, are any of these action verbs?
All of them are. Oh,
None of them are. They're state of being verbs. Action verbs are verbs that shows an action, like hit, walk, run, like you did yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't get them mixed up. Like right here. Rejected, increase, turn, sent, refuse. Those are the action verbs.
Yeah, build.
That means the action verb shows that they're doing something. I thought it told us. Oh, there it is right there. A verb is a word that shows action. You did that yesterday. Or now we're working on state of being verbs. Oh, they help another verb or link another word to the subject. So yesterday, wait a minute. That's what we worked on. Then we did combining them, compound verbs. So now these are state of being verbs. So let's read our next instructions. Write B.
Write a verb in each of the following sentences. In the blank before the number, write action or being.
A state of being. So you would use, is it an action verb or a state of being verb? So you have to read the sentence, then supply a verb. It's kind of hot in here.
Mr.
Enders blanked
a story about
colonial days. You just say, what do you think
wrote.
he did?
I say wrote.
You can say wrote, yes. R. Oh, you said wrote.
Yeah. I was supposed to spell right.
Wrote. What are you doing? You wrote, you said wrote, W-R-O-T-E. So is that an action or is it just a state of being?
It's an action.
You need to slant your book so you can write better.
The captain blanked a winning basket.
The winning basket. The winning basket. What do you think? What kind of basket do you think they're talking about?
I don't know.
The captain blanked the winning basket. Well, I would think if you're winning, they're probably talking about some kind of game or sport. Which sport do you know that has a basket?
Basketball.
That's right. So that's how we get through a week of studying our spelling words before the quiz. Usually my students have 4 days to study. They can study the 5th day, but on that 5th day, the quiz, I administer the quiz. That's what happens. So what I do is make sure 1 to 3 days, they have to write the words out. They have to read the words themselves, spell them, practice spelling them, and also practice the vocabulary words as they write them out, because this is going to help them to retain what each word means and help them to also spell them correctly so they are ready for that quiz on the 5th day. hey, that's how we do spelling in this homeschool here. And if you want to see some other ways that I homeschool and help my children to understand their subjects, check out this video over here. I think it's up there in the corner. My name is Adrienne Brown. I am the homeschool mom of 8. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please leave a comment. Also, I have links down at the bottom for you to find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, whichever one you prefer. And you know also, oh wait, it's not Twitter anymore, is it? It's X. That's so crazy, but it's X. So I'll see you soon. Bye.